In the 1960s, Singapore was a young and struggling nation facing immense challenges. Gaining full internal self-government in 1959 and briefly joining Malaysia in 1963 before becoming fully independent in 1965, the island republic was at a crossroads. With limited natural resources, high unemployment, and a small domestic market, the odds seemed stacked against its success. Yet, the 1960s became a defining decade during which Singapore laid the crucial foundations for the remarkable economic transformation that would follow in the coming decades. Economic situation in early 1960s. At the start of the 1960s, Singapore's economy was heavily dependent on entrepot trade, the import and re-export of goods. However, this model faced limitations due to increasing competition from other ports and global trade shifts. Moreover, the British military presence, which had supported the local economy for decades, was under threat of withdrawal. Unemployment was high, and poverty was widespread. The government realized that it could not rely solely on trade and needed to diversify the economy. The vision was to industrialize rapidly, attract foreign investments, create jobs, and increase exports. But achieving these goals required a coordinated strategy and political stability. Political leadership and economic planning. Singapore's founding Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, and his People's Action Party (PAP) government played a central role in reshaping the economy. Upon assuming power in 1959, the PAP prioritized economic development, social cohesion, and national survival. The newly formed Economic Development Board, EDB, established in 1961, became the main agency responsible for implementing industrialization strategies. Under the leadership of Goh Keng Swee, the finance minister and a key architect of Singapore's economic policies, the EDB promoted Singapore as an attractive destination for foreign investment, particularly in manufacturing. Industrialization and job creation. Industrialization was central to Singapore's economic plans. The government developed new industrial estates, such as Jurong Industrial Estate, transforming swampland into a thriving manufacturing zone. The aim was to attract multinational corporations, MNCs, that could provide capital, technology, and access to international markets. To support this transformation, Singapore invested in infrastructure, building roads, ports, housing, and telecommunications. The Jurong port opened in 1965, enabling efficient export of manufactured goods. These efforts helped create thousands of jobs, reducing unemployment and improving living standards. Education and training were also prioritized to build a skilled workforce. Technical schools and vocational training institutes were established to ensure workers could meet the demands of industrial employers. Foreign investment and economic growth. One of the most significant achievements of the 1960s was Singapore's success in attracting foreign investment. The government adopted an open economic policy and provided incentives such as tax breaks and streamlined regulations to encourage foreign companies to set up operations. American, Japanese, and European companies established manufacturing plants in Singapore, producing electronics, garments, ship parts, and other goods for export. This foreign-led industrial growth not only boosted employment but also diversified the economy and reduced its reliance on trade and the British military.